welcome to the Property News on Magic Bricks Now, India's first property business channel. I'm Amita Balachandra. Let's take a look at the top headlines at this hour. Citizens of Bengaluru want high IT hub Whitefield in Bengaluru to get smart. Civic body BBMP gets close to 10,30,000 responses for Smart City project. We get you exclusive details. In Mumbai, Sena Supremo Uddhav Thackeray inaugurates water pumping stations worth over 100 crore rupee to curb waterlogging and flooding in the city. Meanwhile, Mumbaikars are left fighting terrible traffic snarls across the city. Magic Bricks Now asks, why does it take 3 hours to cross the Western Express Highway? A massive pay hike for 1 crore government employees and pensioners across India as the cabinet approves 7th Pay Commission recommendations. The real estate industry expects the pay hike to improve demand for homes. In the national capital, massive protest outside ILG's Najib Jung's residence. Residents of Katpuli colony ask government, when will they get their homes? DLF gets a shot in the arm. Promoter KP Singh and family will pump in 10,000 crore rupee into the real estate developer through a preferential issue. Straight up to a Magic Bricks Now exclusive. Citizens of Bengaluru want Whitefield to get smart. Sources tell us that the civic body BBMP has got close to 10,30,000 responses so far and will submit a detailed report to the government tomorrow. Magic Bricks Now learns that as part of its area-based development, close to 8,400 acres in Whitefield in Bangalore East will be developed. BBMP, we hear, will focus on mobility issues in the area. We also learn that a J-pod connecting to the metro has been proposed. In its pan-city development, on the other hand, the BBMP will focus on issues like revenue collection, improving city mobility, and bringing all services under one control room in the city. In the area of retrofitting, however, Toxic Lake Vartur has been chosen. We also learned that the entire project cost is going to be 6,065 crore rupee. Our editor Faye D'Souza joins us now. Faye, Whitefield has been in the radar for quite a long time now in terms of its infrastructure issues, etc., etc. Do you think Whitefield is the right choice, considering citizens have unanimously voted for Whitefield?
Well, Amita, I'm not surprised Whitefield is the choice here, obviously, because a large chunk of the IT industry in Bangalore functions out of Whitefield. It's a huge pain point for citizens. People take upwards of 2 hours. We were just talking about Mumbai on the channel, but people take upwards of 2 hours to drive in and out of Whitefield. And also, given the fact that the IT industry is based out of Whitefield, these are citizens who are most active in online voting, taking part in government programs. So if the government has asked citizens to vote, it's very likely that a large portion of the participation came from the employees of the IT industry, and most of them have to, in some way or the other, deal with Whitefield on a daily basis. So, I'm actually very pleased that Whitefield will be retrofitted and Whitefield will receive a chunk of the attention because it desperately needs that attention. It's suffering from what is obviously an incidence of completely the lack of planning, where the government was handing out permissions to build these offices and to build these homes and malls in Whitefield, but not putting in the infrastructure for people to either transport, not putting in the kind of roads that are required for Whitefield, which is why we're having this problem. The other problem, of course, is the Vartur Lake, an issue that we focused on quite strongly on this channel as well. It's something that I know is bothering people who live around Vartur Lake, bothering people also in the rest of the city, that we're having a situation like that. Again, the Vartur area will receive a lot of development. There we know that there's a lot of construction coming up in that neighborhood. So it's a good thing that there'll be a certain amount of attention being paid from the Smart City project. Personally, as a citizen of Bangalore myself, I grew up in that city. I'm glad Bangalore is back on the map in the Smart City contest, that it will push somehow for a more responsible government. If there is 6,000 crore rupees being spent by the people who manage the city of Bangalore, I'd like to see an account of that money, because we've not had great instances of accountability in terms of finances for the people who manage the city of Bangalore.
All right, Faye, thank you for joining us on Magic Bricks Now. Moving on now, Mumbaikars, this is BMC's 116 crore rupee monsoon gift to you, the Britannia pumping station on Rai Road, which is equipped with 6 pumps, each of which can pump out 6,000 litres of water per second. The civic body claims that this pumping station will ensure that routinely inundated areas like Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar Road, Parel Hind Mata, Lal Bagh, BDD Chawls and Baikala East will not get waterlogged this monsoon. Shiv Sena Chief Uddhav Thackeray inaugurated the Britannia pumping station on Wednesday, and on the cards are 3 more pumping stations like Britannia which will be commissioned by next monsoon. My colleague Disha Shah, who was present at the inaugural, caught up with Sanjay Deshmukh, BMC's additional municipal commissioner. Listen in.
This is actually the 4th pumping station in the city. As per the Brimstone report, we are to start 8 such pumping stations in the Mumbai Municipal Corporation area, and this is 5th in line, and 3 more have to come up. Other 3 pumps would be stationed at Gazdarband, Mogra Nala and Mahul. That is 2 in the western suburbs and 2 in the eastern suburbs. As I have already told you that there are issues about 2 pumping stations which we are hopeful to solve it by end of this year.
So if you talk about all these 3 pumps, what is the deadline and the timeline for all these 3 pumps to be commissioned?
For Gazdarband, as I have already told you, we are hopeful of commissioning it before the next monsoon. For the next 2 pumping stations, once the land issue is solved, then the implementation of project is about 18 months to 24 months.
And talking about the monsoon in the city of Mumbai, we know that MCGM had launched their app, which is MCGM 24/7. So we know there are several complaints, the civic body received through the app and through its official page also. So how BMC is addressing those issues on an immediate basis, and how BMC is ensuring that such complaints don't arise in the future?
Once the complaint is registered, we have already given instructions to all our contractors to attend the complaints. In 24 hours to 48 hours, all wards have been alerted. The issue involved is many times if there is a heavy traffic, it is not possible to stop the traffic and repair the potholes. So most of the time, this repair work is carried out during the night time. There are certain limitations also that at the time of repairing of potholes, if there is a heavy rain, then the work gets affected till the time the rain is pouring.
And lastly, we also know that contractors had, there were no contractors on board to work during monsoon with regards to any road repair work. So BMC had assigned the pre-monsoon work contractors. Yes. So how is BMC ensuring that the road repair work and everything is, because you obviously told us that all roads will be motorable during monsoon. Yes. In our previous interview.
The roads which have recently been made, the same road contractor is under obligation to maintain it for next 5 years. So even if there is a pothole on the road which are recently repaired in the previous 4 years, the same contractor has been entrusted with the responsibility, and he is also under obligation to repair these roads.
Moving on, while it seems steps are being taken to curb flooding in the city, a lot more needs to be done to ease Mumbai traffic. This monsoon, most Mumbaikars are left fighting traffic. The maximum city is coming to a near standstill every single day since the monsoon set in. Here is a special report.
I am standing here in Lower Parel in southern Mumbai. Now this is the central business district of the city of Mumbai, and most of the population here lives in the western suburbs of the city but comes to work here. Hence the traffic here during peak hours is a lot. So we are going to drive down from Lower Parel to Kandivali, which is the last western suburb of the city, to find out just how long it takes for you to get there. So come with me.
ट्रैफिक का बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, जगह जगह पानी भर रहा है। अपने बीएमसी वाले क्या रोड बनाए वो समझ में नहीं आता, एक ही बारिश में देखो तो खड्डे हो जा रहे हैं।
We are now at Santa Cruz in the western suburb of Mumbai, where the airport is situated. Now we travelled here from the western suburb of Bandra, which is a distance of about 10 to 12 kilometers, and it has taken us 1 hour and 20 minutes just to get to the suburb of western Mumbai.
बारिश गिरती है इतने खड्डे हो जाते हैं, पानी भर जाता है, पता नहीं चलता है कहाँ पे खड्डे, कैसे जाना है कैसे नहीं। ऊपर से जो ट्रैफिक पुलिस है वो बस वो देखते हैं कि ये किसी ने हेलमेट नहीं पहना, कौन सिग्नल तोड़ रहा है, लेकिन जो ट्रैफिक जाम है उस पर ध्यान नहीं देते वो।
फिलहाल तो वेस्टर्न एक्सप्रेस हाईवे जैसा है ही नहीं, ये तो किसी गली के रास्ते की हालत जैसे वेस्टर्न एक्सप्रेस हाईवे की हालत हो गई है। और इतना हर टाइम खर्चा करते हैं, खाली 10 या 15 दिन खाली वो रोड चलता है, बस उसके बाद उसकी हालत वही हो जाती है। सो मुझे नहीं लगता कि वेस्टर्न एक्सप्रेस हाईवे के हिसाब से इसका डेवलपमेंट हो रहा है।
पॉटहोल्स है, डिवाइडर, अननेसेसरी पेवर ब्लॉक, यहाँ पे आधा सेक्शन पेवर ब्लॉक नहीं होना चाहिए रोड, आधा सेक्शन होना चाहिए, इन पे इनका डिबेट चल रहा है। हर साल कुछ ना कुछ काम करते रहते हैं बारिश में, हमें आने जाने में बहुत तकलीफ़ है। और शाम को हम कोई रिलेटिव्स के यहाँ जाना चाहते हैं तो वो हम प्लान नहीं कर सकते।
आई एम अ डॉक्टर बाय प्रोफेशन, सो I have to reach in emergencies on time. So basically there is a big problem because of this traffic jam.
We are finally here in Kandivali, which is the last suburb of the Western Express Highway. We started from Lower Parel at 7:30 p.m. and now it is 11 p.m., which means that it has taken us definitely more than 2.5 hours, almost 3.5 hours to cover this distance. There was a lot of heavy traffic on the way, and so we finally know now that it takes definitely more than 2 hours for anyone commuting from Lower Parel to any suburb of the Western Express Highway in Mumbai.
Big cheer for government employees and pensioners across India as Cabinet approves 7th Pay Commission recommendations. Now, over 1 crore government employees and pensioners will get a pay hike in the coming months. Salaries and allowances will rise by at least 23.5%, and experts believe this increase in disposable income will in turn translate into a big boost in demand in the property market. As per industry experts, nearly believe that 36% of home buyers are in fact government officials, and that this will cause a huge impact for home buyers. Of course, our editor Faye D'Souza gives us better perspective on what this means to home buyers.
Well, if nearly 1 lakh government employees from across the country are going to see a bump up in their salaries with arrears that hits their accounts this year, then we're expecting obviously the real estate market to receive a chunk of the attention as far as demand is concerned. There will of course be some attention paid to mutual funds. Some of that money will come into investments. Also a little bit, about 2% or so, to the stock market. But really, it's gold and real estate that normally receives the lion's share of household savings, about 63%. So that's what we're expecting in this case as well. Specifically mid-income markets, specifically in the NCR region, maybe some trickle-down effect to home states like Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, where these officers come from, but largely most of them live and work in the NCR region. They have children who go to school there. So we're expecting that they'll go out and buy houses, maybe in a 6-8 month lag, but mostly in the ready-to-occupy mid-income segment. So that's where the most of that, the demand is possibly going to go to, and the pay commission hikes are probably going to wind up in the real estate sector.
पे और पेंशन के संबंध में जो रिकमेंडेशंस पे कमीशन की आई हैं, उन रिकमेंडेशंस को बाय एंड लार्ज सरकार ने स्वीकार किया है और वो रिकमेंडेशन 1 जनवरी 2016 से लागू होंगी. दे विल बी इंप्लीमेंटेड विद इफेक्ट फ्रॉम 1 जनवरी 2016. And the arrears, since we are towards the end of June, would also be paid in this year. This pay commission covers 47 lakh central government employees and 53 lakh pensioners. लगभग 1 करोड़ लोगों पे इसका प्रभाव पड़ता है.
We also spoke to Ashutosh Limaye, Head of Research at GLL India, earlier today and asked him whether this will spur any demand in the real estate sector. Listen in.
We still do not know precisely in what installments and over what time period the central government employees will actually get the benefit of the revised pay. in the sense that to invest in real estate or anywhere else, the quantum of money that comes to them and the timing when it comes to them is important. I think it's going to get paid over a period of time in installments, not necessarily in one bullet shot payment. I expect that it will take about 6 to 9 months for that money to actually get deposited in their accounts and hence subsequently getting deployed in real estate. We should look at the entire country as possible beneficiary markets. The reason being, central government employees are throughout the country. NCR will get some benefit for sure because many of the central government employees who are working in NCR plan to retire in NCR and buy a house within the same territory. Many employees have chosen NCR as their place for post-retirement living as well. NCR will be one beneficiary for sure. Besides that, because these employees come from all over the country, they are likely to invest back in their home state and home city. Rather than the bracket, it's important to understand that currently the buyers are not really having enough faith in under construction projects. They don't want to take the construction risk because time and again we have seen projects have been delayed. The promised timelines are not respected. They will probably choose projects which are either completed or nearing completion. Also, they will be active in the secondary markets. So investors will be able to offload a good deal of inventory that they are holding, and developers whose projects are completed or nearing completions will be the beneficiary. In terms of the price brackets, I think the mid-sized and middle income corresponding housing units will be purchased more.
Also in the property news, if you're looking to shop or eat out, you now don't have to worry what time it is. The Modi government has now cleared the Model Shops and Establishments Act 2015 that allows malls, theatres, restaurants to stay open 24/7. According to the model law, different state governments have to now adopt it and make changes if necessary. Experts believe that this move will be a game changer for the retail real estate sector and that states like Maharashtra, Karnataka and Haryana will follow the lead when compared to other states. Now, we also caught up with a couple of residents and shoppers near a mall in Mumbai. Listen into what they feel about this move.
Why not? It's promoting consumerism, so why not? It should be open 365 days. It helps us come shop, do what we want at any time, which is good. In fact, on Holi, sometimes it's closed for half a day, and that really troubles us because it is a bank holiday. We're working people, so we come during the first half of the day and it's closed and we have nothing to do then.
A lot of us are working and then we get free really late, and then all the malls shut by around 10. So if you know you have a hectic schedule but you know you have to shop, then it's a cool thing.
It's a great thing if mall will be open 24/7. So the life will be more happening and we can plan according to things.
They should be focusing on increasing the number of open spaces around more than having malls. We have more than enough number of malls. I know we have a large amount of population around, but not as many as the number of malls we have.
I think it would be a great service to the mall, to the consumers and the public out there to extend the timings of the cinemas. I think it would be a great way to encourage the public to go out there.
Obviously, 365 अगर open रहेगा तो holidays में लोग आ सकते हैं, तो ये public के लिए अच्छा ही है.
But then I think it's going to create a lot of mess because people are just going to they're going to party. If they don't want to go home, they're just going to chill at the mall. Maybe they'll create a nuisance, So I don't know.
It's good, but it should be very protective for the women. It should be highly secured, and people will love to shop at overnight because in the daytime, they are busy enough. The working people will have a space to, have a shop and everything.
Moving on, over 1,000 residents of the Katputli colony gathered outside the LG's residence in Delhi to protest the inefficiency of the DDA. Remember, we earlier reported on Magic Bricks Now, the Delhi Development Authority moved 2,000 families out of their homes in the slum but has left them in resettlement camps for the last 2 years. The homes that they were supposed to live in are not ready yet. After 3 hours of shouting slogans outside LG Jung's residence, he finally met the protesters and assured them action. My colleague Deepa Rana caught up with the residents. Listen in.
मुझे 2.5 साल हो गए डीडीए के आदेश पे, कोर्ट के आदेश पे, वहाँ पे एलजी के आर्डर पे हम लोग 2.5 साल से वहाँ पे कैंप में रह रहे और हमारे 2 साल का एग्रीमेंट बना है। अभी तक का जो एलजी साहब है हमसे मिलने को भी राजी नहीं रहे और ना डीडीए। अब हमारे पूरे 2 साल हो गए, इनकी नीति क्या है ये समझ में नहीं आ रही। क्या वहाँ से भी हमें डंडे मार के भगाने की नीति है क्या इनकी? जहाँ से हमें लाए वहाँ पे हमारा घर बना के दे, हमारे सपनों का घर।
ऐसा है कि मैं यहाँ कोई किसी की पिकनिक में या शादी में नहीं आया हूँ। हमारे बच्चों के विकास के भविष्य का सवाल है ये। आज हमें गवर्नर साहब के यहाँ पे आते हुए कम से कम 2 साल हो गए और 2 साल में हमने इतने एप्लीकेशन दिए हैं कि शायद अगर उसका दरी बनाया जाए तो यहाँ से लेके और अलीपुर रोड तक चला जाएगा, लेकिन सुनवाई कुछ भी नहीं हुई।
जिसकी आमदनी बिल्कुल भी नहीं है, छोटे छोटे बच्चे हैं। कठपुतली कॉलोनी में मकान देने का सपना दिया था उन्होंने, ताकि हम 2 साल के लिए, हम लोगों ने सोचा कि कोई बात नहीं, हम लोग अपने कष्ट परेशानी झेल लेंगे, 2 साल के एग्रीमेंट के हम चले जाए, कोई बात नहीं। लेकिन दूर कहीं नजर ही नहीं आ रहा मैम कि कोई काम हमारा होने वाला है।
हमें अपना मकान चाहिए। 2-2.5 साल हो गए हमारे यहाँ पे रहते हुए। वहाँ पे इतनी गर्मी लगती है कि हम वहाँ नहीं रह सकते, बच्चे नहीं रह पाते, गरीबों के बारे में कोई नहीं सोच रहा है। इतनी गर्मी है वहाँ पे नहीं रह सकते 2-2.5 साल से ज्यादा। अब हमें अपना मकान चाहिए। 2 साल का टाइम दिया था, हमें 3 साल हो रही है। वहाँ गर्मी लग रही है, बच्चे इनको हमें ऐसे रखा रहेंगे, हमारे बच्चे पढ़ नहीं रहेंगे, हम पढ़ने के लिए परेशान हो रहेंगे। हम वहाँ पे हमें सर का एग्रीमेंट का किराया लग रहा है, हमें एक घर से 200 रुपए जा रहे हैं, 4 बच्चे, 2 मियाँ बीवी काम पे जा रहे हैं ट्रांजिट कैंप से। हमें तो सपनों का ये दिखाया था, फिर कहाँ है हमारा सपनों का आशियाना? हमारी भी तमन्ना, हमारे बच्चों की भी तमन्ना है कि हमें अच्छा घर मिले। मीडिया वालों ने हमारे मकान घर पे घुसकर तोड़े। उन्होंने कहा था तुम्हें करोड़ों का मकान दिया जाएगा, लालच दिया और हमें कोई मकान नहीं दिया गया। 2 साल के लिए हमें यहाँ रखा गया, 2 साल भी हो गए हैं, हमारी कोई सुनवाई नहीं है। 3रा साल होने वाला है, इसलिए हम हाथ जोड़ के डीडीए से कहते हैं कि हमारी छत हमारे को दे दी जाए।
Moving on, the Maharashtra government has proposed a move that could boost redevelopment in the city of Mumbai. City developers could get up to 3 FSI for redeveloping dilapidated buildings. This new policy will apply to buildings in both city and suburbs. Now, till date, redevelopment of old buildings was only allowed within the main city limits. Ruchi Deshpande gets us more details.
In a move that could mean taller redeveloped buildings in the city of Mumbai in Maharashtra, the Maharashtra government has come out with a proposal that states incentive FSI that will be applied to dilapidated buildings in suburban Mumbai. Now note that this rule is already applicable in the island city, which doesn't include the Mumbai suburbs, where any developer who wants to go in for redevelopment of a dilapidated building can avail extra or incentive FSI. Now the Maharashtra government has put in this proposal that in case a builder wants to go in for redevelopment in the Mumbai suburbs, he can get an FSI of 3 on this. Now note that this is already up for suggestions and objections in the public, and it will be a month before the Maharashtra government comes out with a final draft for this. Also note that the Maharashtra government sources told Magic Bricks now that there are about 3,000 dilapidated buildings in the MMR region.
With that, we've completely run out of time here on the property news on Magic Bricks Now. Thank you for watching.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at Magic Bricks Now. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.